Hello, I'm Sarah of Communication Liberation. I wonder if you've ever been in a situation where you've been faced with someone who seems very aggressive, and you just happen to look at them and they suddenly aggressively say, "What do you think you're looking at?" And that sort of feeling of, "Oh, I wasn't looking at anything, I was just looking." This situation, is probably familiar to most of us, and it tells us something interesting about the way that we can perceive our world, depending on our own kind of mental states, if you like. And so in that example, it's quite an extreme example, but someone who's very aggressive and kind of sees hostility reflected back in the other people that he or she encounters. And this can tell us something interesting in terms of when we make assumptions about what other people think. And often in stammering therapy, we find that we're talking a lot about this, about these assumptions about what other people think. And often what can happen is that it's like our own thoughts and feelings about a situation get projected onto the other person. A bit like the other person has a blank screen in place of their face, and our own story, that's the film that's kind of going on, playing in our heads, gets projected onto that screen, and then we see it and we believe that it's coming from that other person. Whereas in fact, it might be closer to the truth to say that it's to do with our own thoughts and feelings. So I guess when we find ourselves mind reading what other people might be thinking in a kind of critical way, it can be helpful to question whether actually we're kind of seeing our own thoughts and feelings being reflected back. Almost like that person's holding up a mirror to us and we're seeing what's going on within us, but believing that it's coming from them. And we may actually come to realise that it's got actually very little to do with the other person and more to do with us. And this is helpful because we can't actually control what everybody else thinks all the time of us. But what we can work on is our own thoughts and feelings, our own mind, our experience. So I hope this has been helpful in some way, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.